away. La 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 la. La 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 la. All right, so we're on week 3, and they always give us like a challenge or exercise for the week. So I'm going to lay it out there for you guys just as an opportunity to turn your challenge into an opportunity. You know what I mean? An opportunity for an opportunity. There you go. But the idea is here, right? Like, we're all going to come out the other end of this a changed person. We can take responsibility for ourselves and come out of this situation better off, at least in certain ways, than we would if we didn't choose to take our lives into our own hands and work on our well-being. So, no, we can't do social things. Okay. Well, thank you for coming. Bye, Robbie Rob. You've got the most fun name in the world to say. Thank you for that. So yeah, okay. So our opportunities for what's the word I want to say? I hesitate to say things like self-improvement because we're all totally awesome just the way we are, right? Like, we're okay. It's okay to be messy. It's okay to be exactly who we are in this moment. And I don't ever want any of this to like make us feel like we're less than. And at the same time, there's always opportunities to take control of our lives and put it in a direction that maybe we weren't going before, right? Okay, so random acts of kindness. So research shows that happy people are motivated to do kind things for others. So over the next 7 days, you'll perform, if you want to, 7 acts of kindness beyond what you normally do. You can do 1 extra act of kindness per day, or you can do a few acts in a single day. These don't have to be over the top or time-intensive acts, but they should be something that really helps or impacts another person. So, by the way, you all have done that today by hanging out with me. It means a lot. So, for example, you can help your colleague with something, give a few dollars or some time to a cause you believe in, say something kind to a stranger, write a thank you note, give blood, and so on. At the end of each day, list your random acts of kindness, and just make sure you finish 7 total new acts by the end of the week. So, doing acts of kindness, here's her little tracker. It's super simple. You have like 7 circles. You just check them off when you do them. Bye, Griff. Enjoy your nap. I hope you have a hammock, because that sounds lovely. So being kind produces positive emotions in ourselves. So we can look for opportunities to do these acts of kindness. It can be as simple as texting somebody, because right now we're somewhat limited in like physical acts of kindness, right? But you could text somebody who you think might be lonely or hasn't heard from you in a while and just reach out to them, right? There's so many things that we could still do to make people's lives better. And the best part of it is it's also making your own life better. So this is somewhat related, and the idea is to make social connections. And this is the one where I'm like, this is maybe a little bit harder than normal, but I think one thing that all of us who are on Twitch, like, we kind of like have this in spades in a way. Like, we, are here in large part because we like to connect with people, and we know how to connect with people in a virtual world. There are a lot of people out there who aren't very skilled at that and are really struggling. So go us. We have a skill set. That's great. So our social connections matter. And research shows that happy people spend more time with others and have a richer set of social connections than unhappy people. Studies even show that the simple act of talking to a stranger on the street can boost your mood more than we expect. 6 feet apart. Hey! Yay! Thank you, Terenzio90! Thank you! You gave me my Bowie back. I've missed him. Charlie, here's the thing. Try it and see if you get any boost in your mood, right? Because the idea is that a kindness act will make you feel better. So if it doesn't make you feel better, you're cheating the system. Yeah, Terenzio, I so appreciate it. Welcome. So, okay, again, over the next 7 days, make social connections, right? Check them off, write them on a piece of paper. And again, like, if any of this speaks to you, gets you excited, awesome, run with it. If it's not something you want to do, do not sweat it. These are all just opportunities, right? So the idea here is that even making small talk with somebody can boost your well-being. So asking a coworker about their day, chatting, this is so fun, chatting to the barista at the coffee shop. But you should also seek out more meaningful and social connections too. So at least once a week, take, like they say, a whole hour to connect with someone you care about. Maybe that's a friend who you haven't talked to in a while or a family member, right? And the key is that you must take the time needed to genuinely connect with the other person. So at the end of the day, list the social connections you made and notice how you feel when you jot it down. Yeah, so pretty simple, guys. Like, look for opportunities to be kind, look for opportunities to connect, and create opportunities if they're not there. Yeah, Charlie, right? Hey, there's a silver lining. Yeah, and if you are, yes, it's indeed when the introverts of us are feeling extroverted, it has been going on too long. Yeah. If you want to do a super act of kindness and you haven't already, you could volunteer to beta test our TMG Connect, which is our well-being support system that's connecting life coaches to people in the Twitchverse like us. And there's a link down below under the beta test image. So that's something you could do that would really help us improve this system. You would be connecting with a life coach. So yeah. Thank you, Griff. Yes. Amazing. That's gonna be so helpful, Griff. We're working really hard to build it in a way that makes a lot of sense to people. You guys are gonna help us make it better before we do like the actual launch. And we're working with like a publicist to do a press release so that hopefully people will know about this. And use it, and it's all right now complimentary. You know, we're gonna give people the opportunity to contribute what they can, but like no pressure on that ever, right? It's just we want people to connect with coaches so we all can navigate this a little bit better. So yeah, so that's awesome. That's a way to help us. Okay, I'm done plugging it. Oh, Charlie, thank you. You know, that's so helpful to hear because I've put like so much of myself into it. Excellent, SS. Do you mind like emailing it to me, or just like sending me a Discord direct message? That would probably be the best way to just give me feedback. And I definitely want it for sure. And like, unfortunately, fortunately, you guys are the first volunteers, so it's gonna be the roughest right now. It's not gonna be as rough for the next round, right? So you're helping in a much bigger way, which is the fortunate part. The unfortunate part is you're, gonna experience some road bumps. Hopefully not too many. I've worked pretty hard on it. But yeah, so like that's what I was gonna say is I've put so much of my heart and my energy into this that it's just nice. It's nice to hear back that I'm not the only one who, thinks this is an amazing idea. So we'll see. We'll see. Whatever you want to do, SS. However you want to manage like your energy and commitment. So if you want to do it as it comes, that's totally fine with me. Yeah, it's just up to you. Up to you. But I really appreciate you asking. All right, so here, I'm gonna play it's under a minute. It's the professor's video on kindness. In this activity, I gotta turn up the volume for you guys. Yes.
Kindness. the simple act of doing something nice. Why are we focusing on kindness? Well, as we saw in lecture, the simple act of doing a random act of kindness can come with a host of positive benefits. Doing nice stuff for others can increase our mood, and it can also increase our feelings of social connection. How do you make the most of this activity? Well, you just gotta do nice stuff for people. Try to do at least one random act of kindness a day. It could be something big, like donating money or volunteering in your community, or it can be something small, like giving somebody a compliment, or just doing something nice. As usual, we want you to track what you did. So get out there and do something nice. It'll make you feel better than you expect.
All right, and now for social connection.
In this activity, we're going to focus on social connection. Why social connection? Well, as we've seen in class, being socially connected makes us happier. Turns out that the simple act of making a new social connection, talking to a stranger on a train or even at a coffee shop, can significantly increase our positive mood. And so how do you make the most of this activity? We just want you to seek out more social connection. Strike up a conversation with a friend, or grab lunch with someone you haven't seen in a while.
Or hang out with
strike
me
up a fast conversation with a stranger, and then track that you did it. As we've seen, tracking will help us turn one act of social connection into a habit. So get out there and find a friend, or chat with somebody new. The simple act of making a social connection will make you happier than you expect.
All right. All right, all right. So that's easy peasy, right? And this is all stuff based on research and evidence about what will help us feel better. So the other part of, so some of these are, okay. So the other part of this week, our work this week with the Science of Wellbeing is what she calls annoying features of the mind. So these are like weaknesses in the way our brains work that contribute to our ill-being. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Tiki, thank you for saying that. Yeah, you don't have to be in person. That comes with certain risks these days. So absolutely, like emails, like writing a letter, calling somebody, doing a smoke signal from your yard, I don't know. Oh, you could do like a can with a string and a can and like throw it over to your neighbor. You guys could play can telephone. Yeah. Or you could have that like on the sidewalk and then back to your house and have like a little bell and a little sign on the sidewalk telling people that if they are lonely, they could talk to you via the can. Were you really SS? That's hilarious. I love it. I love it. All right, I think I started the music too soon. I don't know what I don't think we've remembered what they're called. I'm trying to think if I have enough string to do that and see if it would work. It'd be pretty cool. You just like put the can out for like an hour each day and see if anybody rings it. That would be amazing. Okay, so annoying feature number 1. We've got time to do this one, so we'll begin to poke away at these and see what traps our minds lay out for us. The Science of Wellbeing, what psychological science says about the good life.
Welcome back, everyone, to the second Psychology of Wellbeing lecture. It's exciting to see everyone back again. Hopefully you guys learned something from taking your happiness measure, so we'll see how that goes. But just to kind of reorient everyone, especially for folks who weren't here the first time, about what we're going to do, we're going to go through 5 different lectures. Last time we talked about misconceptions about happiness, these spots where you think you have certain goals, but those goals are not going to make you as happy as you think. And today we're going to turn to this question of why our expectations are so bad. Why is it that we think all these things are going to make us happy when they won't? And so this is going to be a little bit more of a science-y lecture, but it's going to be awesome, and then it's going to teach you about lots of your biases that lead you astray. And so you're going to kind of see them in action. Just a reminder, because I'm being a professor here, I have to check that you guys did your homework from last time. And so hopefully you all successfully went through and measured your happiness on the Solomon survey. Everybody measure their happiness? How many folks were kind of surprised that their happiness was lower than they thought? Let me show of hands. A couple folks. Oh, a lot. Anybody surprised it was happier than you thought? A couple folks. So some room for movement either way, which is great. Just a wrap up of where we were before. When we last
always
left,
look so
you guys
excited.
finished up by realizing that all these things that you care about a lot, that you think are going to make you very happy, are not actually going to make you very happy at all. And I'll just re-put up the list that we keep seeing. Good jobs, lots of money, awesome stuff, true love, perfect body, perfect grades. We make the prediction that these things are going to make us really happy, but in practice, they either don't or they don't make us as happy as we think. And so that was the main take home of last time. All these things that you think are going to make you happy don't make you as happy as you think. And today we're going to walk through why that is. But I thought I would give you a nice word to sum up this take home, a kind of definition of this sort of phenomena of not really thinking the things that are going to make us happy actually do. And it's a term that comes from two researchers, Tim Wilson at the University of Virginia and Dan Gilbert at Harvard. And it's this fantastic term that I love, which is called miswanting. The definition of this is just this act of being mistaken about what and how much you're going to like these things in the future.
Ooh, I like
this
it.
is the problem, is that our brains deliver to us this idea that we want certain things, but we are wrong about it. We are constantly miswanting, right? And today we're going to go through this question of why does this miswanting occur? What is up with our minds that it delivers to us incorrect predictions about what we're going to actually like? What are the biases that cause these? And we saw some hints of what the answer we're going to see last week, because I noted that there are these lots of annoying features of our minds that are messing us up, annoying biases that we seem to have that lead our predictions astray. And we saw one of them last week, which is what I'm going to call annoying feature number 1, the first one that you're going to learn about, which is that our mind's strongest intuitions are often not the ones we expect. We sometimes get things totally wrong. Our intuitions are just false. And we can see that in the context of vision. Vision sometimes gives us a nice set of intuitions into our biases. And we saw last time that even though it looks like these two tables are actually different sizes, in fact, the top part of the table is exactly the same size. You saw my fun demo where I stood up and did that last time, so I won't do it again. But basically, we're getting this intuition from our visual system that those two things are different and they're really the same. This is the way lots of our mind works. A lot of the intuitions we're getting are just incorrect. So that's kind of annoying feature number 1. To put it in the context of the other annoying features you're going to see. The rest of this lecture is going to be focused on 3 more annoying features that mess us up all the time. Standard ways our minds see things that just
Hey, but only 3 more, you guys. Huh?
don't really work. And just like the case of the other annoying feature, I want you to see them first in the context of our visual system, again, because it's easier to see our biases that way, because they operate kind of all through the mind, from vision to happiness decisions. You're going to see them in that context, and then we're going to apply them in the case of happiness and the typical decisions we make.
Oh, okay. So that next video is real long, so we're not going to do that today. That's crazy, though, this idea of miswanting. And, yeah, that what we think will bring us happiness, it is not, I guess, uncommon to, if you work really hard and you actually get it, to then, like, be disappointed. Like, it doesn't actually bring you the happiness you think it's going to bring you. And that's one of the things that, when I was in my coaching school, I had a lot of, like, training and education around, was how to help the person you're working with really understand what it is they're going after, and to have perspective, a realistic perspective on how that would improve or change their lives. So it's really interesting now to see more of the science behind why we're trained to do that. Yeah, I hate leaving it there, because it's like, okay, now we know our minds are tricking us and we have no idea what to do about it. Yay! Go have a good couple days, guys. I'll see you more on Friday. Like, that just feels terrible, but it is what it is. We're in the middle of learning something. So blah, 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 blah. Blah. How's everybody doing? We've covered a lot of ground. We had amazing, like, courageous, fun conversations at the beginning. We looked at the opportunity to be citizen scientists that's coming up later in April. We talked about the TMG Connect beta test opportunity. We looked at, like, amazing pictures of nature to lift us up a little bit. We did our educational deep dive. We did our gratitude practice. We meditated. Yeah, we've done a lot in a very short amount of time. Oh yeah? What part, Charlie? I think we need like a TBD, like to be dishonest, you know, to like, you know, go with the to be honest. Hey, awesome. Is that because you don't want things like you were talking about? And I would imagine that it's not always true, right? Just because our mind does make this mistake, it doesn't mean that it is making that mistake. Aww. Yes. Here, I'm gonna come back.